This is Carl at National RV Detroit, and I'm going to walk you through this 2021 Palomino Palomini model 86 RBS. Alright, so we'll start right here at the rear. You got crank type stabilizer jacks, and you get a 3/4 inch crank with it. This is the furnace vent. Outdoor speakers and power. You have a power awning with LED lights on it. Alright. This is just a pre-wired for solar hookup right there. Your hitch is a Husky centerline weight distribution kit or hitch. We'll show you how that works, but when you come to pick it up, you can always refer to their hookup videos at their website too if you're on the road and you need to refresh your memory. Okay, it's a solar controller, obviously. That's your crank that you would use on the stabilizer and on the power tongue jack. If the power tongue jack were to fail, you can pull this cap off and use it that way. You got an LP tank with a deep cycle marine battery. Okay, so your storage here. You got a dump hose in there. This is your water heater from the outside. So you can see it's empty right now because the trailer is winterized, so there is antifreeze in the system and the water heater's bypassed right now. Keep in mind there's a switch right here, a rocker switch, if you see it right there. It controls this electric heating element that's behind this cover here, so keep that in mind that switch is there. This works on either gas or electric, but you have to remember, never run it without water in the water heater tank. Like right now it's empty because it's winterized, so when you de-winterize it to get ready for camping, make sure you fill it up by hooking up the city water, turning on a hot water faucet, and just waiting till it blows water out of it or squirts water out of it instead of air. When you first start, it'll be air, then air and water, and eventually when it's full, it'll be solid stream of water, okay? So do that. There are also switches inside, which I'll show you. These are the two ways to get water to the trailer. The most common way is city water connection right there. You're just going to hook it up and turn it on and you're all set. Now if you go to a campground that does not have plumbing on the campsites, for example, you can pre-fill the fresh water tank here and then use the onboard pump to pump water. So they're independent of each other. They use the same plumbing, but if you're using one, you don't even have to think about the other. Okay, you have your slide out, just so you know, is a Schwintek by Lippert. Now it's owned by Lippert. So, but people still refer to it as a Schwintek. Okay. Now, your dump valves here. You got your gray valve, which is sink and shower water. You got your black valve, which is toilet water and waste. Always dump the black first, and then the gray, because the gray is cleaner water than the black water. Okay. Then, after that, you leave your black valve open, and you can hook a hose at the dump station right onto here, and then turn it on, and it'll spray out the inside of your tank. It'll flush it out, your black tank, I mean. So that's a good thing to do. So if they have a hose there, always take advantage of it. All right, your power cord is 30 feet long and 30 amps. You have a cable and satellite through, or even an antenna if you wanted one, although you have a good one on this trailer. But so that's where that coax is. It goes through the entertainment area. You have an outside shower here for kids and dogs and feet. Keep in mind this is pre-wired for a backup camera. So if you want to purchase one, you can get them here, you can get them elsewhere, but the bottom line is get the Furrion camera that fits in that housing. That's important. Also, what we're looking up, you have to inspect your roof every 90 days or so. Figure 3 times a summer. That's the manufacturer's recommendation. You'll go up there or have someone else go up there and you look at all the sealant and make sure there's no cracking or no separation. Also look at the roofing material, make sure there's no damage to it by low branches or anything like that. Make sure the vent covers are in good shape. But it's important to do that regularly. So I can't say that enough. It's very important. Okay. This is your LP Quick Connect here. If you want it for a grill or a griddle or whatever you got, any low pressure appliance, you can plug into it right there. Of course, you got a mount there for a carrier, a small carrier. Okay. All right, let's go inside. Okay. Furnace is running, that's always good. Okay, so right when we first come in the door, this is our control panel right here. Your slide out is right here. Your power awning is right there. Never leave the power awning out unattended. Always roll it in if you're not going to be at the campsite. Your water pump that I told you about, use that for pumping out of the fresh water tank or for winterizing. And your water heater on gas here. I showed you the electric was in the lower left-hand corner if you recall. And last but not least, your battery's charged. Fresh tank is empty, black tank is empty, gray. As it fills, the lights light up, it graduates up in 1/3 increments. So once you get past 2/3, you got to start thinking about dumping your black and gray tanks. This is the radio / sound here. You can stream off this USB. You can hook up wirelessly and stream with Bluetooth from your phones or tablets. You can. It's got an AM/FM radio in it, so you can always have that also. So it's good for camping for sure. It does everything you need to do. All right, and there's a TV obviously. Now this is all hooked up to your antenna, so keep in mind that let me see where it's at here. All right, you can't. Maybe you can see it. Let me see. Yeah, you can see it right there. There's a red light on this and a switch. You can shut it on or off, but you always want this on. This is the signal booster for the digital antenna, so it should always be red like that. If you're getting a lousy picture over antenna, that's why. Often that's why, so check that out if you have a problem. Alright, so let me light that up for you so you can see. Your range, you're just going to light it. You turn it on and light it. It's that simple. Your microwave works like any other microwave. Now, this is the power converter here. It converts AC to DC power. So basically, these are like the circuit breakers you have in your home. They're 110 AC and they're labeled. Then the power is converted over here to 12 volt DC. You see you got 12 volt fuses here. Alright. If any of those fuses were to blow, they'd actually light up. And you can see them glowing through this perforation down here. Alright. Also, when you're plugged in, it's a battery tender. So it'll keep your battery charged. This is your carbon monoxide and LP gas detector. Also, if it beeps very slowly, it's telling you that your battery's low. You see it's green. It should always be green. I'll self-test it here so you can see it. It'll go through 2 tests, one for LP, one for carbon monoxide, and then go into the low battery mode so you can hear it. There's the first one, another one coming up, and then low battery. Back to green. Okay, so if it goes off, obviously the regular alarm part goes off. You open the door, take everybody outside, shut the gas off at the front, and then figure out what's going on. All right, this is your furnace, of course, and this is the thermostat. It shuts off when it clicks all the way to the left. Here, I'll shut up here. All the way to the left like that to shut it off. It'll still cycle till it cools down, but that shuts it off. Okay, so you have a 12 volt DC compressor refrigerator, which gives you a lot of room, obviously. So this will run off your battery when you're going down the road, and your battery will be charged by your alternator tow vehicle. And when you're plugged into the campsite, your power converter down here will be supplying the 12 volts to it. So, okay, the air conditioner, obviously. Let's see what else we have here. Okay, this is obviously folds flat, jackknife's flat, and then your bed folds out. You can see that. It's very straightforward. Your emergency window, just so you know how to use it, you would push this all the way through, and then grab hold of the red tab and pull the screen out, and you're all set. So, hold on one second, please. Hey. Okay, never mind. I was going to answer somebody's question out there, but looks like they figured it out. Okay. Boy, it's toasty in here. So, There's an exhaust there. That's just pretty neat, actually. I've never seen that before. That's a first. I haven't seen this style of cabinet hardware either before. This is brand new for me. It's actually very nice. So the bathroom works like any other bathroom, sink and shower wise. The toilet, if you haven't owned an RV before, you have to know that you always have to have water in the black tank and chemical before you start using it. So that's the flush pedal right there. So if water's hooked up, it'll come swirling out and going right down to the black tank, which is directly below us. You can't use it dry, so as soon as you get to the campground, you hook up your power and your water. Then you would come in here and you'd step on the pedal and let the water just flow into the tank. You're going to put about a gallon in. It doesn't have to be exact by any means. You just get around a gallon in there. And also, you'll dump your chemical in there at that time. So let's say you had to stay for another week at the campground, but you flushed your black tank. As soon as you flush, you'd come back in here and repeat it, that procedure. Put a gallon of water or so, and some chemical in there, whichever chemical you use. Okay. Let me see if there's anything I forgot here. Of course, the tabletop drops down onto these cleats. There's 4 cleats here, the black cleats, and then use the cushion to fill in the space, and you get another bed out of it. You got some storage down here. Very nice, actually. Okay, I think I covered everything. I'm looking around. Yes, I believe so. Okay, well, thank you very much for buying your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Remember what I told you about inspecting the roof and the roof seals. Any place you see caulk from the manufacturer or sealant from the manufacturer, you check those areas. You also look for damage on the roof from road debris or low branches, that sort of thing. And do that every 90 days and you'll never have an issue with it. Okay? Also, the trailer is winterized right now and the water heater is bypassed. Always put water in the water heater before you turn it on. Okay? Thank you very much.